The World Cup is the biggest sporting event on the planet. Already, the movers and shakers of the beautiful game are here in Rio to look forward to that event. They're at Soccerex, the biggest business of football conference on earth. So welcome to Rio, welcome to Brazil, welcome to Soccerex 2012. Ruud, we always see you at Soccerex. What do you like about this place?
No, I think I like the gathering. I think it's good, you know, with your own ex-internationals, of course, who normally you don't see every day. A lot of stories to tell. Then we see also the ones of the opposition, and we have a lot to tell each other. And you know, at the moment it's freezing and cold in Europe, so that's another good reason to be here.
Nothing like a bit of late November sunshine, and where better to get it than on one of the most famous beaches in the world, certainly the most famous beach in Rio, Ipanema. There are plenty of girls from Ipanema, there are plenty of movers and shakers from the world of football here too, for the Soccerex conference, amongst them the manager of the England football team. Roy, all I wanted to start with, it's not really a news interview, it's more about how life as the England manager is going, because it is every manager's dream, is it not? And I just wonder how you're coping.
Yeah, I think I'm coping okay, and you're right, certainly should be every English manager's dream anyway, to manage your own country. I've been lucky to manage other countries, but you know, when you get offered the chance to manage your own country, the country where you were born and brought up, then I think it should really rate as a dream come true, as it were, albeit that over the last few years of my career I've not done a lot of dreaming. I've been far too much the realist for that, but I was really pleased when the FA offered me the job.
Did it come as a surprise?
I don't know really. I've been mentioned on a few occasions in the past as well, so I can't say that it was a complete bolt from the blue, but it's always nice when you get the phone call, because the FA were very secretive. You know, they didn't give any clues as to what they were thinking and who they had in mind, so I suppose when you actually get the phone call you could say it's a surprise.
I was just party to a private moment which I'm now making public, when Duncan Reevy, who runs Soccerex, just advised you to not let it affect your health, and he thought that it may have affected his father's health when he was England boss.
Yeah, that's sad to hear that. I mean, I've not had that conversation with Duncan before, and you wonder to what extent psychological factors play a part, because everything's related in life really. You can't divorce one thing from another, but unfortunately you can't make any commitments in that respect either, because if you take a job seriously, as Don certainly did, and as all the managers since Don have done, and as I certainly shall do, I suppose you have to accept sometimes it's going to maybe cause you, if you like, some health problems if you're not careful. So you're wise to be aware of it, but what you actually do, apart from trying to keep yourself in some reasonable shape and trying to keep some sort of perspective on things, apart from that I don't know what you can do to keep that problem, if you like, at bay, because when you've got a job of this magnitude in terms of football and its importance in England, you can't unfortunately shy away from what it's going to bring with it.
Well, the job in hand, of course, is to be back here in 18 months' time. How do you rate our chances? Are you happy with the way things are going?
Yeah, I've been quite happy with what's gone on so far, and most importantly I've been happy with the crop of young players that we seem to be bringing through, which I think we're going to need, on top of course the senior ones that everyone knows about. We've got a tough task ahead. It's never going to be easy to qualify these days for a World Cup, whoever you happen to be. There are no easy passages, but I'm confident we've got enough in our locker to get us there, and I'm really looking forward to that.
One construction dominates Copacabana Beach when Soccerex comes to town, and that's the arena for the football festival, across the specially constructed bridge from the Copacabana Palace, a luxury retreat for the stars since the 1930s. The stars on the pitch range from local kids to those with special needs, but no lack of talent, and the magicians who surely missed more than the odd school lesson in order to hone their skills.
I'll be showing you some of my moves in part 3. What do you mean there's no part 3?
The final of the Legends tournament saw Holland take on Brazil in a bid to gain revenge for defeat in the World Cup semi-final of 2010. Giuliano Belletti laid down the first marker. But Pierre van Hooijdonk was on his game too, and that despite some spectacular nights out in the run-up to the competition. Paris Saint-Germain's latest signing, Lucas, looked on with interest, while Carlos Alberto was treating it like the real thing. Further down the bench, two stalwarts of the English game didn't move from pitch side, despite the onset of rain.
David, it's nice to see you down at ground roots level.
It's good to be here.
And you've been here with Gerard, you've been here all afternoon.
Yeah.
I mean, Gerard, you're managing.
Yeah, I managed 1 defeat and 1 win. It's not too bad.
You're happy with
50% win.
This is going to be a fantastic place to host the World Cup, is it not, with this crowd?
With a football-mad country like Brazil, with 200 million people, and you've got the natural skill here. It's absorbing and wonderful to be here. It'll be a fantastic World Cup.
How many of these guys do you reckon could still play Premier League football?
None. But the best one was not Brazilian. To me, the best one in the tournament was JJ Okocha, and he played in the Premier League, and he still has some skills.
The Brazilians took an early lead, but the Dutch fought back. Aaron Winter had his eye on the ball and the back of the net. So it goes to penalties, but a miss from Belletti proves costly. Arthur Newman smashes a hole in the net to make his point. And a goal from Rod Witscher meant Holland had gained some revenge for defeat 2 years ago, although not perhaps as much as one of them made out.
All the trophies you've won in your career, and you're very old now, where does this rank?
Number one. Number one. When you are a little boy, you dream of becoming a professional football player as the first thing, and the second thing is winning the Soccerex, and in Rio against the champions here. That's why I'm so emotional, because we're not used to beating Brazil, and when you can do that here in Rio, and it's unbelievable.
And your penalty was very lucky.
Yeah, like the other 4 goals as well.
The Dutch are almost as good at celebrating as they are at playing football. Afterwards, their manager took time to try and explain some of the goings-on at Chelsea, a club he once played for and managed.
Ruud, they've done research in England. They say by 2025 you will never be more than 10 yards away from an ex-Chelsea manager. You heard that one?
Yeah, it's. I feel. Sorry. Also for Robbie, of course. It's terrible when it happens. It's the worst moment ever. Worse is than when you are successful. That is even worse. But I don't know what the reason is. I think that the club themselves knows it. I am afraid what the consequences can be, publicly wise, about Chelsea. Because I love Chelsea. I love the way the club has evolved, and now you have to work hard to get your sympathy back.
This young man may just be the start of something better for Chelsea. Aged just 18, he moves to West London at the end of the season. But what about the change in lifestyle and weather?
Acho que não, porque lá não só tem inglês, tem brasileiros também. Eu acho que isso é normal. Eu estou acostumado com como você falou, aquela bagunça no meio da rua, churrasco, essas coisas assim, os amigos conversando. Mas que lá vai minha família, vai ter os amigos lá. Eu acho que é tranquilo.
Well, this is what Soccerex is all about. There's lots of hangers-on, but there's also some real stars of the game here. What about the man who captained arguably the greatest ever side in 1970, Carlos Alberto Torres? Bon dia.
Hi, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, and it's great to see you. Isn't it great when somebody this famous, this great, just comes up and says hello? Now look at him over there, Ronaldo. Modestly known as the phenomenon, because that's what he is. Good to meet you. It's great, isn't it?
From the stars of yesteryear to one for tomorrow, Lucas snubbed Manchester United to sign for PSG for €45 million, a League One record.
Olha, Acho que pela oportunidade, né? Pela fase que eu estava vivendo e pela oportunidade que apareceu do Paris Saint-Germain. A gente tem que aproveitar, né? Amanhã ou depois eu não sei como é que eu vou estar, como é que o time vai estar. E eu também, como eu falei, eu tenho que buscar meus objetivos lá fora, né? Eu tenho muitas metas para conquistar na Europa, então tenho que correr atrás. Apareceu essa oportunidade do Paris Saint-Germain, um grande clube, uma proposta que era boa tanto para o São Paulo quanto para mim, até porque eu pude ficar até o final do ano jogando pelo São Paulo e me apresentar apenas em janeiro. E tem muitos brasileiros lá, um time que está montando, tem um projeto excelente. Então eu senti que estava na hora, por isso que eu tomei essa decisão.
You don't just talk football at a conference like this. There's an exchange of ideas, of cultures, of traditions. Beautiful girls from various parts of Brazil. And we give things back. From our country, we give them the robot dance. We give them Peter Crouch. Anybody seen him recently? I don't think you will have done, because Pete's in there.